Do you go through Herculean efforts every day to help your family run smoothly, to help a particular child to self-regulate? This interview deals with such circumstances. Are you getting the feeling that parents are coming here saying, my child is just overloaded with so much information, they don't know what to do next and where to put it?
That can certainly be one scenario. Often when kids go to school, again, the demands just really change. So now you've gone, even if you were in preschool tends to be relatively unstructured. You get to make a lot of your own choices. Classes are smaller, there's more adults to support. Now you go to school and there are very clearly defined expectations about how you behave, how many people you have to get along with, what you're doing at what time of the day.
Yes.
And if that's not a match for you for whatever reason, things show up that may not have shown up before, or that a family has accommodated for because it's their kid and this is just,
That's what I was going to say, is a lot of times I don't think parents realize the Herculean efforts they go through every day to help their child be regulated. So it's okay to have like a bedtime routine, and I've definitely got my favorite thing I like to eat for lunch. But for some of the kids that we see, it's like parents have to, it's like the favorite pajamas have to get washed 25 times before the child will wear them.
Yes.
And it's not just, this is my favorite food, but it has to be this favorite brand, fixed in this way, served on this plate. I mean, it's, again, massive amounts of energy that I think the parents end up being like an external regulator for the child, when children that age should be able to self-soothe and should be able to get upset but be able to regulate back down. So every 2-year-old can have a tantrum, but the issues that we see for these kids are much bigger. And again, it's not just because they're being a picky child or a child who hasn't been parented
Yes.
in an appropriate way. I think for a lot of our families, there's multiple children in the family, and parenting strategies that have worked for the other two all of a sudden are miserably not working for this
Right,
child.
right.
And it's not about a parent not having the skills to parent. It's about a nervous system that needs to be managed in a different way.
Yes.
Well, and I think what you said too about the efforts that a parent goes to. So if you just said to a parent, are meals a challenge? They might say no, but you would say, so what does that look like? Tell me about it. And
Yes.
then when they have given you the 2 hours that it takes to prepare the food and get through the meal, it's like, well,
Actually, that's
not what happens in most families. Would you like that to be different?
Yeah.
Maybe we could support you.
what a lifeline. And it's not an instant fix.
No.
No.
It's
No.
time. Do you find that children go forward and back in progression?
I think with growth and with change in the environment and other things, you certainly see a steady progression, and then there might be some periods where it feels like, so now is a great time of the year. We're at Christmas time, so
Yes.
everything is non-routine now.
Yes.
There are assemblies at school and extra pressure at home and all kinds of extra things happening. A lot of our kids are more stressed right now. So we might see some differences in their behavior from the course that they felt like they were on. I think the thing that is often the most beneficial early on is that somebody has given a parent a different way of understanding some of the things that might be going on with their child. And once that education piece happens, things ease in the family a bit because there's a different way of understanding something. And so it can feel like you make big progress almost immediately just because there's a different understanding in the system about what's going on for this child and how we interface with that.
And loving and being able to enjoy your child's company. Like, we love our children.
Yes.
Right.
But enjoying their company is very different to loving them when every day you fight and you have to present it in a certain manner and it has to happen in this order. So when you're working with children, am I right in assuming that you work with the whole family?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Parents are in all of our sessions here and involved in what we do.
Right.
And obviously the goals that we set and the program and the direction that we're moving with the child are what's important for that family, not what we see as the key areas.
And we often only see them for once a week. I mean, we do an intensive model here as well where they could be seen more frequently, but the changes are going to need, things are going to need to be in place as part of like a home program, so that there's
Yes.
definitely activities and different ways of interacting and providing information to kids that we give to families so that the changes can be ongoing and changes really can be made.
Even though it's not a quick fix, Progress is real and life-changing. A clearer understanding of what makes your child tick could make all the difference to the happiness of your family.